Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode with me. This is Brittany Botswana checking in, your life coach, motivational speaker. Welcome, guys, to another episode with me. I hope you guys have been doing great. I hope your week has been going great. We almost to Thanksgiving. I'm so excited about my Thanksgiving dinner, y'all. I'm telling you, I am so ready for this Thanksgiving dinner that I am preparing for my family. I'm so excited. So I pray y'all's week's been going great. I hope you've been staying motivated, out here crushing your goals, staying focused, getting your stuff done, not forgetting your why, and just staying focused, just staying focused on the goal and not getting so sidetracked with the things that are behind you, and you're focused on the goals and the prize that is ahead of you. So as I was sitting here tonight and I was doing some reading, I was doing some studying, I had found myself being kind of unmotivated. And I sat here and I was like, okay, Brittany, you got to coach yourself. Okay, what would yourself tell yourself in this situation that you're in? You sitting here at your desk and you did your reading. You don't feel motivated to read no more. You don't feel motivated to study right now. So, what would you tell yourself right now? If you was in a coaching session and you was coaching yourself, what would you tell yourself? So immediately I began to encourage myself. I began to coach myself and motivate myself, talk to myself, and command and affirm my night and what I needed to do. And so as I began to study and I kept studying, I wanted to come on and share this with my podcast family to, and ask you this question, like, are you coachable? Are you coachable? Because motivation is not going to keep us going. Motivation is not going to keep you fueled to do what you need to do. That's not the only thing that's going to keep you. Motivation is a jump start. Motivation is what gets you hyped and excited about the goal that you see and the vision that you see in your mind. But when it's time for you to start doing it, there will be days where you won't feel like doing it. You will start out doing it. You'll start out like, okay, cool. I got this, I'm about to get this business started. I'm about to get ready to do this test, this exam. I'm about to start college. I'm about to start this new career. I'm about to start this new job. You'll be so excited when you get the vision and the idea. And you might even be excited on day one and actually put forth the work. But there's going to be days where you're not going to be motivated. There's going to be days where you're going to be looking at that book, or looking at that business plan, looking at that homework, looking at, things that you even might need to do to your home. You're looking like, I don't want to do this. You'll sit there and be staring at that book and staring at that goal and that vision like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. Because see, when you start setting a goal and you start having this vision for your life, you have to really fight hard with the flesh. You're going to have to fight that feeling of, I don't want to do this. You gotta face the facts. You gotta put forth the facts versus the feelings. And the fact is, why did you start this anyways? Why did you write this goal? Why do you have this vision? Why are you doing what you're doing? There's got to be some type of why in there that's going to keep you going. Because motivation is not going to keep you going. The why is what's going to keep you going. But the main question I have for you is, are you coachable? Are you coachable? Meaning like, yes, I can be your coach. I can coach you through certain things, right? You might have a therapist, or you might have another coach yourself, or you may be listening to coaches on the internet. That's cool. But when somebody come up to you and try to coach you in person, are you coachable? The main person you need to ask if you're coachable is yourself. Can you coach yourself? Are you coachable? Because you got to remember that on this journey, as you getting ready to get your goals, and you're getting ready to reinvent your life, you're getting ready to start a new beginning, those people are not going to be there 24/7. That coach is not going to be there 24/7. That therapist, your pastor, your friend, your best friend, your homie, your mama, they're not going to be able to talk to you whenever you're having a moment. This is just not even for your goals. This is even when you're going through a healing process, when you're going through, the bad breakup, the bad divorce, the setback, maybe you got some financial issues going on, whatever it is that you're trying to move forward from. That coach, that therapist, that pastor, your mom, your dad, they're not always going to be around you 24/7. So even if you call them, they may not be able to answer the phone. They might be busy, with their own lives. So the question is, are you coachable? Can you coach yourself? Because there's going to be times where you're going to need to coach you. And you have to sit down with yourself and say, okay, girl, okay, bro, what we going to do here? I literally had to do that tonight. I literally had to sit. I was like, I do not want to study. I don't want to read. I want to get in my bed because I'm in my comfort zone. So I didn't get off from work. Okay. I didn't make dinner for my kids. I'm chilling. We didn't ate. Now I don't want to do this extra work that needs to be done. I'd rather just get in my bed because it's cozy. I'm already sleepy. You know, the weather feeling good. It's cold outside. Turn on a little heat, turn on a little Netflix and chill. That's what I had my mind set on. But no, I had to sit down at this desk and literally say, okay, girl, what we going to do, Brittany? What we going to do? Why are you doing this? Remember your why. And I had to speak my why. What are your goals? I had to speak out my goals, literally have a whole conversation with myself. I had to coach myself back into my why. Why am I doing what I'm doing once I'm finished doing my daily duties? Once I get off from work, why am I doing this business? Why am I producing a podcast? Why am I producing, a book or whatever? Why am I doing these things? Why am I getting to prayer? Why am I working out? Why am I journaling? Because it's a reason why you're doing it. You got to remember your why. But like I said, you got to also be able to coach yourself, because if you cannot coach yourself, there can be any moment where you can fall down and you stay stuck. You can fall down and just be like, oh, this is it. Because see, the enemy try to come in any little sneaky way that he can. I mean, any little sneaky way. And then that one little sneak that he gets in, that little moment he gets in, it can ruin your whole week, your whole day. And right now, we don't have time to be wasting on the enemy. We can't let him get in and get us off track. That's why I'm asking this question to you tonight. Are you coachable? Can you coach yourself? The motivation here is to get you to understand, and the teaching moment here is to get you to understand that you are going to have moments where you will need to coach yourself. Because motivation is not going to be key always. You're not going to have that motivation. I was not motivated. I was not motivated to get inside of my book and start reading. I was not motivated to do any type of self-development tonight. I was not motivated to do any of that, to read, to write, none of those things, because I was in my comfort zone. It felt good. And that was me not even being motivated. So like I said, motivation is just a jump start. Motivation is what jumps you up and gets you, okay, I'm going to write this vision. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But when it's time to do it, there's going to be plenty of days that you're not going to be motivated to do it. So what does it take when you don't have motivation? It takes discipline. Discipline is key to get your goals done. Discipline is key to get your goals crushed and met by the deadline that you have set. Motivation is not it. You got to have some type of discipline, and once you begin to develop discipline over time, it's going to come to you like second nature. But in the beginning, probably the first month or maybe even 3 months, it might be a little struggle because you're coming out of a comfort zone. You're breaking out of that comfort zone. You got to have discipline, and you got to be able to coach yourself, because even in that moment where you're feeling so comfortable, you could have, like for an example with me, I had just ate my dinner. I was cozy, okay, well, it's time for me to get ready to take it on in. Discipline was nowhere on my mind. My why was not on my mind. It was nowhere near my mind. The feeling was so strong to the point I didn't think about discipline. I didn't think about the end of next year, a year from now. I didn't think about any of that. I had to literally sit down and say, okay, we need to have a conversation. That was nothing but the Holy Spirit leading me to coach myself. So you cannot depend on motivation to carry you through. And you got to understand that sometimes that feeling of wanting to chill, wanting to do nothing, wanting to talk on the phone, wanting to hang out with your friends, that itself can override the thought of discipline. You're going to have to remember that every single time you feel like I don't want to do it. I'm tired. I don't feel like doing that. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I'm good. I do it in the morning. You start procrastinating. But I want to say this also. Even if you have moments where you don't do it, please remember, y'all know I say this all the time. It's okay. But you got to start making some changes and some readjustments to your daily routine so that you can be able to do the things you need to do so that you can reach the goals and so you can do what you want to do come next year. Live this free, financial, well-balanced, spiritual healthy, mentally healthy, physically healthy life. You got to make some changes. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up if you slip. We all do. We're human. That's a part of the journey. That's a part of life. But the main focus is you're going to have to be able to coach yourself. That is going to keep you on the right track. You got to have conversations with yourself. You might feel a little weird. You might feel like, I can't do that. Yes, you got to, because let me say this here. This journey that you're on is personal. It's a personal journey. So it doesn't matter what people might think. You feel, you look stupid, you sound stupid. You don't have to do it where people can know. When I did that, I was in my room by myself, talking to myself. You don't have to be around people or have to tell people that you did that. This journey is personal. So whatever you need to do to get you to the next level, then that's what you do. If you got to talk to yourself in the mirror, if you got to go to your closet, if you got to go outside, if you got to sing a song, whatever it is that you do to keep you on track, to keep you remembering your why, then that's what you do. Forget what everybody else say. Forget what everybody else think, because it ain't none of their business anyways. You're coaching yourself. Right now, you might look stupid or you might look crazy or whatever. If anybody come up on you and they see you doing that, okay, that's fine. But come next year, I'm going to be in a different place, and you're gonna see why I did what I did. That's why I love the scripture. You can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. If you're affirming your day, if you are commanding your day, if you're speaking life into your life, you're speaking life over that situation. You're following the flesh and you're following the spirit and not the flesh. You're feeding the spirit and not the flesh. Your work will not go and be in vain. Your labor will not be in vain. And you can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. If you're speaking life and positivity and productivity over your life every single day, then guess what? Your life will reflect that. Your life will reflect that. That's why a lot of people, a lot of negative people, negative-minded people, they love to say things about others who, they speak their affirmations, or they have it written down, or, you see somebody speak on something that as they see it, but you speak against it. Especially in the workplace, when you have a lot of negative mindsets and narrow mindsets and bad spirits, when somebody might speak something negative and you say, no, I'm not accepting that, I'm going to speak against that, they instantly get upset because it just doesn't resonate with their spirit. They constantly just looking at the negativity. You can't do that. You can't look at what you see around you. You can't get so caught up on your feelings. And like I said, when it's time for you to work, you got to put in that work. You can't get so caught up on, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I don't want to do it. I'm not telling you to break your neck till you fall out. Take your break and your rest if you need to. But you got to get back up and get to it. I'm telling y'all, this is a season where we about to go to a whole nother level. I know this for a fact, but we got to be hungry for it. We got to be determined for it. We got to be disciplined for it. We got to be motivated for it. And we have to coach ourselves, because there's going to come a time where we're not going to be able to move just off of motivation. We're going to need something more than that, something stronger than that, something bigger than that. And it's going to take you talking to you. Because there's not going to be anybody else around you to put you where you need to be. They're not going to be able to shift your mindset like that. If you have somebody around, that's cool. But like I said, you might be in the shower, you might be in the bathroom. You can't depend on nobody but you and God, but God first. And then it's on you to help you to get you to the next level. It's you versus yourself. And remember, this journey is personal. It's personal. Be private with it. Be secret with it. You don't have to let people know what you're doing and what you're talking about, what you're saying under your breath, your mask, or whatever it is. They ain't got nothing to do with that. This is your journey. So it's time for you to get up and coach yourself right now. If you laying in that bed, you need to get up right now and look yourself in the mirror and say, sis, we got to make some moves. Because we're not going to stay here next year. We're not going to be in the same mindset. Next year, we're not going to be in the same environment, the same neighborhood. We're not going to be in the same friendships that we have. We're not going to be in the same poverty mindset or scarcity mindset. We're not going to be broke, busted, and disgusted next year. We're here right now, but I know that we're going to come up out of this thing. So what we're going to do? And the next thing you should be doing, responding to it. Oh, sis, we about to get up. We finna boss up. I literally did that today. I just did that literally 2 hour, an hour ago, hour and a half ago. No, Brittany, we got to get up. We got to get up. You have to constantly talk to yourself. That's why it's so important to command your day, to affirm your day, speak positivity over your life. And when the enemy try to come in and tell you that you can't do something, you have to open up your mouth and say, no, devil, you better get thee behind me. Why? Because greater is in me than he that is in the world. So I got this. Get out of my head. He might start telling you little things about your past. He might bring up something to make you upset because he knows what can take you off your rock. It don't take but a quick second. And instantly, you know what you have to do? Start talking to the enemy. Speak the word of God. Speak against what he's trying to tell you. It's in your voice. The power is in your voice. Yes, God has given you power. Yes, he's given you power for multiple things, to speak life over your life, to trample over your enemies. So with that being said, if you're feeling down and out, you feel like you can't do it, you have the power to say, yes, I can do it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. And then what do you do then? You get up and you start working. It's in your voice. It's for nobody else. It's in your voice. He's giving you everything that you need, but you got to tap into it. And you got to be willing to do it. So the question is, are you coachable? Can you coach yourself? Can you coach yourself through the times where you feel like you can't push no more? Can you coach yourself? I don't care what you're trying to do. I don't care if you're trying to start a garden. I don't care if you're in a situation where you don't know if you want to stay or go. You got to get up and you got to make moves. You working on your mindset. You working on your weight. You working on a new recipe. I don't care what it is. You will not always have the motivation. You got to be disciplined, but you also have to coach yourself. You got to coach yourself. I love you guys so much. I just want to come on and motivate somebody and give that word to them because it truly helped me. And I know if it helped me, it definitely will help you all. So y'all stay up, stay blessed, stay warm. And again, my podcast, it comes out every week, every Saturday morning. But this is a pop-up podcast for y'all tonight. And I had to get it out. I had to tell y'all, I had to tell my people and let them know that you got to coach yourself because you do. It's you against you. Speak those affirmations and command your day. We finna get it. All 2023. That year is ours. We taking back everything the enemy tried to take from us. Oh, we finna get that and more. And more. God has already spoken that he wants us to have more. He does not want us to sit here and live a broke, busted, disgusted life. That's not the life that he wants us to have. He said abundantly till it overflows. So if you're not living an abundant, overflowing life with goodness and greatness that's overflowing and you ain't lacking, and I'm talking about not, and when I say this, y'all, I'm not talking about just money. I'm not talking about finances. I am talking about your mind, your spirit, your soul. I'm talking about that first. Once you get that right, everything else after that is going to come. It's going to automatically attract you. It's going to automatically come to you like nothing, like a magnet. You hear me? A complete magnet. You got to get your mind right. You got to get your spirit right. You got to get your body right. You got to get all those things got to be in line so that everything else can come to you. When you work on yourself internally, everything else on the outside will come to you. So that's what I mean. When I say we about to get it, I'm talking about internally first. I'm talking about you shifting your mindset, healing your broken heart, healing from those past traumas, past things that went on with you in the past. I'm talking about that. Your money right, your body right, your spiritual well-being. That's what I'm talking about. Because see, when you're trying to get everything back that the enemy has stolen from you, you got to work on the inside because that's where he damaged you at the most. All the stuff on the outside, that's not what he took from you. He took your mind first. He took your heart first. He took the good spirit first because he know once he snatched that away, everything else you're going to lose. You're going to lose. That's why they say the battlefield is in the mind. It's in the mind. Because once he take that away from you, once he give you whatever you've been dealing with, once he put that on you, he likes to isolate you, put labels on you and leave you for dead. That's what he likes to do. That's what his job is. So that's why when I say this here, we getting everything and more. But we first going to work on ourselves internally first so that everything else that we looking for, that we seeking for, that we longing for, that we desire will come to us naturally. Move in silence. Do the work. Do the work. You got to coach yourself through this season, y'all. I'm telling you, you're going to have to coach yourself. I know this for a fact. I can't say this enough. I was supposed to get off this podcast, but I had to let that out. I had to say that because I feel that in my spirit that needed to be said. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Game on. Game on. Game on. I love y'all, and I will talk to you later.